There is still a lot to be done in this war, but President Trump wanted to send a message to the shaking Arab Gulf countries that their security is preserved and that the United States is not going to escalate further, and it's even going to pressure Israel more to ensure that this war will not go too far. At the beginning of the Israel-Iran war, Arab countries, the majority of them at least, they were very excited to see the Iranian regime that has been wreaking havoc in their countries, in Yemen, in Lebanon, in Syria, in Iraq, and elsewhere, is finally being brought to its knees by the Israeli military. And even after the United States bombed the nuclear sites inside Iran, Arabs were even more and more excited. But they couldn't just come out and say this in public. In public, they were doing the usual condemnations of Israel and the usual voicing of concerns that things are going to escalate further and they want to control that. But actually, in reality, behind the closed doors, they were celebrating. However, after the attack on Qatar, they started to panic. Arabs started to think how far this war is going to go. This triggered this new statements made by President Trump about the necessity of de-escalation and reaching some kind of ceasefire between Israel and Iran. This call for ceasefire is so immature because there is still a lot to be done. The threat of Iran does not only come from nuclear proliferation. It comes actually from the fact this evil Islamic regime that hijacked Iran in 1979 is hurting everyone, including the Iranian people themselves and also its neighbors in Asia and in the Arab world. Plus, of course, Israel. It has been wreaking havoc all over these regions under the claim that it is defending Arabs and Muslims against what they call the little Satan, Israel, and the grand Satan or the great Satan, which is the United States. Now, this legacy has been destroyed by Iran's attack on Qatar and the fact that Iran will not hesitate to attack any Arab country if the Iranian regime thinks that it will serve its own purposes. It's very important to ensure that they will not just in a few years from now, they will go back to doing the same. Unless this happens, any call for ceasefire will be like simply throwing a lifeline to the radical Islamist Ayatollah regime that has been hurting everyone so far.